Good day everyone, Dactablab here. So, we found ourselves again during CC season, the moment where our intellect comes to shine. But what about those moments when you can't keep up due to work, unplanned circumstances, or not understanding the map's gimmick? Well, this is the moment where the lords and saviors of this community come to shine. As much as I love this game, I admit to either being short on time or not smart enough to pull certain risks, especially in current CC. How did I miss those bends? And while I admire those who can perform the most incredible of clears, like literally I have seen some impressive things in my own Discord, let alone the more meme clears on YouTube. My pride as a doctor doesn't reside in pulling those off, but in making my units as strong as possible as to be able to go through most risks and challenges. So I admit it, I make use of guides for maps I can clear. Namely final bosses or maps made with convoluted mechanics. Roadblocks! So yeah, I am not that smart. But here is where the big brain content creators of this community come into play, aiding those unable to clear the higher risk with relative ease. But you might still need units strong enough to pull those out after all. However, maybe you have found yourself in situations where you can perform certain strategies due to your playstyle clashing with theirs. Or maybe they depend on units you don't possess or haven't invested on. Well, here is where this video comes into play. To promote guide creators? Ha! Nian knows they don't need my promotion. Nah. What I'm looking for is to make it easier for you to find out which strategies fit better with either your playstyle, your time, or your units. Starting with none other than the OG Guide Master himself.
Alright, let's clear Contingency Contract 10, Operation Ashring, Permanent Stage.
KyoStinV, or KyoSensei as I call him, was the one who introduced me to the idea of using multiple units during the duration of the map, forcing me to look at solutions outside the box. His videos are mostly focused on the use of basic units, complex formations, and precise timings. While it might sound exaggerated, it does come with its rewards, as he makes the player realize how important it is to time operators and skills in order to clear the hardest of maps with the most basics of units. As one of the oldest guide creators, it is obvious you have heard from him at least once. His videos help me realize how my formation don't have to be too static, and that they can be changed and modified in order to adapt to the enemies. For example, in my current clear for the permanent map of CC10, I found myself making use of Nell to heli drop into Manfred to deal true damage to his elusive Rs. Something I wouldn't have considered have I kept my old mentality of focusing on keeping everyone in place. Highly recommended for new players who are just getting into the game and don't have a big collection of operators to play with, or those who don't understand the main gimmick of the map in turn, as KyoSensei will take his time to properly explain the why of the action he has taken and what other units could be used instead to fill some roles, thus making him the best started guide content creator for everyone. He also helps with Genshin Impact, if you have problems there as well.
Welcome to my video. This is Ecogen, presenting the Low Stars All-Star series.
Just like KyoSensei, Ecogen, widely known for his low star all-star strats, is mainly focused on guides making use of low rarity operators. However, while KyoStinV will focus on order and timings, Ecogen focuses primarily in unorthodox formations and operator placements. They are not that dramatically different from one another, but while KyoSensei will move a lot of units around, Ecogen will make more stable formations, which personally fitted more with my game style and units. While they seem similar at first glance, Ecogen's videos provide a new perspective to the maps, as he teaches how operators can be deployed in different ways as those used by most. He also has some videos focused on trust farming, where he makes use of fewer units as to leave some space for those with low trust, making farming for resources extra bountiful. Not to mention that he has perhaps some of the more memeable nicknames for overlover operators.
Raise your flag, Among Us, Bring Back the Queen, and Sus Skill. Bonk, start poking, plays Mudcrab, bringing in Calcit.
However, he is not as descriptive as KyoStinV, and while he will explain his actions, there is a certain expectation for the player to know some of the functional features the operators have to offer. So if KyoStinV is the best introduction for new players, Ecogen's tutorials are better for players with more experience. So if you are looking for quick, stable strategies with less moving parts and have some lags while at it, Ecogen is your best choice. He also plays Blue Archive on the side, so you can fulfill your dream to become a teacher while at it. But what if you aren't new to the game and happen to have good luck with the gacha? Or be a whale? Nothing wrong with that, it's thanks to you that this game keeps prospering. Thus, you have a good collection of operators to choose from, yet found the previous guides a bit difficult to follow due to the larger pool of units at your disposition. In that case, Oyuki channel is your best choice.
皆さんこんにちは、Oyuki です。
Yes, the channel is in Japanese, yet you will find out that Oyuki Sensei's guides are so clear and easy to understand that you will have no problems performing them on your own. Heck, some guides are so well structured that you can mute them and still follow them through all the same. Not to mention, Oyuki has caught notice of his growing global audience and has started to add English subtitles to his videos, making it easier to understand. Of all guide creators out there, Oyuki is the best fit for my playstyle, as I like to make formations which require little micromanagement in order to get things done, in having to move as few units as possible. Thus, his guides are mostly focused on simple formations, in which order and timing are the most important, with some guides downright being auto-runs in their own right. And while he will explain in detail the functions of each unit used, I have to reiterate, Oyuki Sensei focuses on high-end operators, making him the least favorite for newcomers and beginners. In exchange, his guides not only focus on simple clears, but will also include challenges and missions in the same strategy when possible, as to simplify the process and save time, thus being the perfect guide maker not only for whales, but also for experienced doctors with time constraints. Of course, these are not the only creators out there, and my point is not to make less of those not as famous. What I meant to point with this video is that there are an enormous variety of guide creators out there, giving you plenty of choice regarding who do you want to go with according to your own team and circumstances. At the end of the day, we all have our reasons to follow these guides, but so long we learn from them and improve on our own, I don't see why following guides will ruin the experience for you. After all, life is ethic, so what's wrong with getting a bit of help from time to time? But of course, that's just me. What do you think about following guides? Have you improved in the game from watching them? Or do you know of a guide creator who should be more famous? Be sure to comment down below so we can get to know them as well. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe, as slowly but surely we are getting close to 1000 blobs. And that's a milestone I am very excited for. By the way, by the end of the month, it will be this channel's birthday. To celebrate it, I will be hosting a Q&A. If you want to participate, be sure to go to the link down below and post your question there. Just follow the rules and everything should be fine. For now, this has been Dr. Blob, wishing you all a great day. And as always, stay healthy everyone.